Hey everyone, welcome back to Alpha Insights. I'm Jude.
And I'm Marcus. We've got a neat, slightly messy story in cannabis policy to unpack, plus what it means for investors.
Quick note before we dive in. Markets are closed today and the last trading day was Friday, February 6th. And hey, if you have questions while you're listening, drop them at stockalpha.ai.
Exactly. So, big picture, there's momentum at the federal level with more law enforcement voices saying rescheduling makes sense. But state-level flashpoints in Ohio and Arkansas are creating real short-term uncertainty. That combination keeps headline risk high.
Right. And to be clear for listeners, that means while the long-term narrative could be constructive if rescheduling moves forward, there are immediate market-moving risks that can show up as soon as markets reopen on Monday.
On signal names people watch, think of the broad U.S. cannabis ETF many traders use as a proxy, plus operators like Trulieve, Green Thumb Industries, Curaleaf, and Tilray brands. As of Friday, February 6th, the mood in the sector was mixed after a week of policy headlines.
Let's break down the state stories first. Ohio has a group trying to collect signatures to force a referendum that would block a new state law tightening recreational rules and banning certain hemp products. That effort has split the industry. Some operators want looser rules to preserve sales. Others worry the referendum risks public safety and long-term stability.
And from an investor point of view, if that referendum qualifies for the ballot, it creates a period of real uncertainty. Local licenses, retail access, even supply chains could be affected by the outcome or by interim legal fights. That can hit revenue for operators with big Ohio footprints pretty quickly.
Now flip to Arkansas. The state Supreme Court issued a ruling that could let lawmakers rework medical marijuana access by applying a legal principle retroactively. Patient groups are alarmed and industry folks are watching because it could lead to rollbacks or new legislative changes.
State court decisions are a reminder that regulatory risk isn't just about friendly or hostile legislatures. Judges can change the playing field overnight. For companies with meaningful exposure in Arkansas, that can mean anything from lost sales to license challenges. Those are immediate, tangible impacts.
Okay, and then there's the federal angle. An opinion piece pointed out that many current and former law enforcement officers back rescheduling. Their logic is practical. Rescheduling could free up police resources and normalize certain pathways, like banking and research. That's helpful for the sector's narrative.
Totally. But rescheduling is a step, not a solution. Moving cannabis out of the strictest federal category could open doors, but implementation details matter. How agencies write rules, how banks respond, whether research approvals actually flow. Those implementation timelines can be slow, so don't expect overnight change.
So what should listeners actually do? First, expect headline-driven volatility. Set alerts for any Ohio filings, Arkansas legislative moves, or federal agency guidance. Second, favor balance sheet strength. Companies with cash on hand, diversified state footprints, and clear regulatory contingency plans are safer in a headline storm.
And if you're thinking about ETFs for broad exposure, that can mute single-state risk but won't eliminate policy sensitivity. Position sizes matter. Don't overcommit into names that could swing hard on a single court ruling or ballot result.
A few tactical things to watch when markets open: any official filings on the Ohio signature drive, federal agency guidance on rescheduling or banking, and any Arkansas legislative responses or injunctions. Those will probably set the tone for the next stretch of trading.
Bottom line, neutral to mixed in the near term. Federal support for rescheduling is constructive over the long run, but state-level legal and political events can produce immediate pain for operators tied to those markets. Be selective, manage risk, and follow the filings.
All right, let's wrap up. Quick takeaways. 1. Watch those state-level developments in Ohio and Arkansas. 2. Rescheduling talk is encouraging, but look for implementation. And 3. Favor balance sheet strength and geographic diversification.
And remember, headlines will drive volatility when markets reopen. Got questions? We'd love to hear from you. Head over to stockalpha.ai where you can ask us anything and we'll answer live. And while you're there, check out more market content.